To understand this ovation, to understand this emotion, you must learn what Trevor Linden means to British Columbia.
There was a point where I've heard the story where you had a conversation with your older brother Dean, what kind of shaped your philosophy about how you had a gift and could help take care of people. What was that?
Yeah, it was interesting because it was probably a couple years into my career maybe, you know, and we were talking one day, and I don't know how we came onto the subject, but he was, and we were talking, he said, you know, Trev, you really have a gift, he said, because you can make a difference, you know, and he said, you know, I can't do that, and a lot of people can't do that because, you know, they just don't have that gift, and you know, it really kind of struck me that, you know, that we are, as hockey players, given a gift.
This organization wasn't doing a lot of the things that we believe were right, so we wanted to make sure we had a presence in the community, but we didn't have to push Trevor. He took it on right away.
14-year-old Michael Robinson died of leukemia in 1997. His family will never forget how Linden took an interest in their son.
Trevor just kind of laissez-faire into the hospital room and said, "Hey, I'm Trevor Linden." Michael says, "I know who you are."
I honestly believe that the reason Michael lasted in this world as long as he did because he had Trevor by his side. He was his friend.
Great couple. How's everything?
Good.
Who's your favorite hockey player?
Trevor.
Good case.
Nice to see you.
As it turned out, it was 4 days before Michael ended up dying, and he had told Michael about 6 months before the Teleskins game that he needed a caddy. So he said to Mike, you know, I'm really counting on you to be a caddy.
People who know Linden marvel at his strength. How tough must it be to try and encourage people who he knew would never get better?
As much as I gave in certain situations, which I never thought was never a burden, you know, I received every bit as much, if not more, just in what I learned and the courage I saw.
You can bet that down under there, but that's that unflappability. That's who he was. He has an inner strength that allows him to handle what was going on. Did he hurt? You bet. I'll bet you he hurt as much as anybody could possibly imagine. But you march forward, and you know that you're doing something that's important. And so in spite of the hurt, he'd want to continue doing that.
Talking to the kids was probably the easiest part because they had such life and such courage, and they were always interested in what you were doing, and you know, they had a story to tell about something. But I always spent some time with the parents because I knew that was probably, that they were the ones that were, you know, probably hurting the most because they were, you know, this was their life.
The kids at Canuck Place, the kids at Children's Hospital, when they see him, it's like a new day. It is that they are cancer-free, and everything is just different when Trevor Linden is around.
He's not going anywhere. Linden doesn't keep many souvenirs, one of them the silver stick for playing 1,000 games. But one thing he does own is the devotion of this province. They love the guy, and the feeling is mutual.
When you look out and you see Vancouver, what do you think?
I just think about how fortunate I am to be able to spend have spent as many seasons as I did here, and being drafted here, and being able to make this my home, and very special. So I feel very fortunate and very blessed, and living on the West Coast is tough to beat.